How's it guys, it's Davey, FPL, and welcome back to the Deadline with Davey live stream. Thanks for the support on my late live stream. We have made it a total of 1 game week before being late, so I think that might be a new record for us on this channel, but I do apologize for being a bit late, guys. Sorry. Hopefully you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are around the world. Let me know if the audio and the video are sounding Gucci so that we can head on to all those questions. The squad value has not been updated because I was late, and I thought that was probably the least of the concerns. Luckily though, the timer is also not working, so we are absolutely all over the place. I do apologize. Let me get it started. I'm just going to adjust the time here quickly for you. Yeah, sorry, scheduled. Okay, I'm just going to start it at 10 past, which is going to be in 1 minute's time. And then it's going to be a 50-minute timer. Okay, cool. So the timer should start at 10 past my time, 10 past your time. And therefore, we have 50 minutes to the deadline. So not too much time, but we still have a bit of time to discuss potential questions. And as mentioned, let me know how you guys are doing this morning, wherever you guys are around the world. Okay, cool. So we are now on the clock. 50 minutes to go till the deadline. And hopefully it's going to be a good one. So game week 2, if you guys haven't been following the actual numbering system, and you guys can see my team. Luckily, that's the saving grace. Is this week my team is pretty set. I'm not planning to do any moves. The only thing on consideration is triple captaincy. That's the only thing that I'm considering. The rest of the team is pretty set. The captain will remain the same, Erling Haaland. It just depends if we triple captain him. So very boring week in terms of my own team, but that's good because that means that I have more time to answer your questions. Adrian saying, Saliba to Gabriel soon or roll? I just roll, Adrian. Tracy saying, a good morning. How's it? Hopefully having a great morning wherever you are. Do you reckon the Fulham triple up is a trap? I don't think it's a trap because of the fixtures. Like, when you look at Ipswich and Leicester back to back, I mean, it could be any team facing them and I would probably still invest in them. So I think Fulham, I don't think they're a trap. They could potentially be, but I don't think it's something that like the outcome is going to be super bad compared to what you would expect, kind of. I think we should hopefully get some returns from them. I mean, if you're not going to punt on Fulham against Leicester at home and Ipswich, when are you going to punt on them? Defensively, I don't know. I think Robinson redeems himself because of his attacking threat, but I was a little bit concerned about how much XG they conceded against United in game week 1. No disrespect to United though. Lyle saying good morning. Mark also morning, as well as Conrad. Harry, thank you for the video and the audio. Just the timer is off. You're 100%. Thanks for that one. I just didn't press automatic. It was manual. So, I mean, it's a little bit useless for a timer to be manually, but I guess it is what it is. GeoTip also saying, hey. Silas is saying, my man, happy to see you, mate. Thank you, Silas. Do appreciate it. Tarang, look good videos. Let's have a great weekend with green arrows. Thank you, Tarang. I think Harry also said, Tarang bringing the vibes this morning. So hopefully you guys are doing well this morning. Hopefully your team is pretty set. The biggest concerns I've seen is one, Dom Solanke, Kwanzaa, Barco. Those 3 options are probably where there's been some rotation of moves and that sort of thing. But otherwise, everyone's teams looks pretty set this week. If you have Haaland, you captain Haaland. If you don't have Haaland, you captain Salah. That decision isn't very hectic, but I think the triple captaincy is probably the only thing. And that's why I do have it as the poll. Currently, 7% of you guys don't own Erling Haaland, which is a little bit surprising to me. And Nishan saying, why didn't the app show the player shirts? Let me check. What do you mean by player shirts? Because as far as I know, it's only the player shirts. So my app's working fine. Maybe just update yours. Should be a quiet deadline stream as we're not going to do any moves. Wilson, exactly. And I think the early kind of kickoffs are also pretty mild this week. It's Brighton versus United. I mean, we could get early team news there, but I don't think many people do own United assets, or maybe a João Pedro if you guys own him. Philippe saying, good luck and have fun, Davey. Thank you. Also, let me know if I've missed anything on Twitter, because I haven't checked Twitter because I was rushing home to get to do the stream. Is Aino ruined for first sub now? I'd say you can keep him first sub. But G-Red, your starting 3 should hopefully play in terms of your defenders. I don't think you have to be too worried about your first bench option. Davey, when will be the appropriate time to go for Salah? His form looks good. Okay, so the Salah move could be, I'm just going to go for Jota's fixtures. Okay, you guys can't see the ratings, but it's okay. So basically game week 3 and game week 4, Salah has Nottingham Forest at home and Bournemouth at home. So potentially what we could do is in game week 4 bring Salah in for Saka, because Saka has Spurs and Man City. Although I think Spurs is still a great fixture. I don't know if I'm going to take Saka out then, but the Man City game is probably pretty bad. So what people have been saying is maybe move Salah out for those two, but then you probably want Saka back in for Leicester at home. So you might do some swaps there. Maybe if you wildcard in game week 6, it could look better. So what you could do is take Saka out for game week 4-5, wildcard him back in game week 6. But I'd say maybe game week 4, I'd consider start looking at Salah. But with Jota at the moment, if he continues to play, I might just want to try and cover Salah with Jota, which isn't the best idea in the world, but it's sure of a better coverage than kind of going for Foden over Haaland or that sort of thing. Porro to Guardiola like I planned, or just do Solanke to Muniz. That is nice though. KH, I don't really get the Porro to Guardiola move. I won't lie to you, especially because Porro has Everton. To me, it's a no-brainer to rather take out Dom Solanke. Unless you have like a rotation of your cheap budget midfielders where you can just bench Solanke. But I've seen a couple of people asking me about like taking Gabriel to Guardiola, taking Pedro Porro to Guardiola, and I would probably suggest against both those moves. Like, look, Guardiola could absolutely bang this week, but I just think just save the transfer. I mean, Gabriel could still do well. Pedro Porro could still do well. Rather prioritize injured players. So yeah, look, I mean, yeah, Porro to Guardiola could be an upgrade in the future, but it just doesn't make sense for me game week 2. Are you triple captaining this week, Dan? I mentioned that I was like 60-40% in my team selection against going for it. But like to this morning, I don't know. I'll take you guys through some logic, and you can maybe agree or disagree with me about the decision on the triple captaincy. What to do with Kwanzaa? So Kwanzaa's a tough one because at the moment he's dropped in price. So if you don't have money in the bank, you have to go for a 4.0. The 4.0 at the moment is going to be the new signing for Brentford from Liverpool. So I would probably go for him. However, you can just keep Kwanzaa and hope that he does fine. Yeah, so can you bench Kwanzaa? That's the biggest thing. If you can just bench Kwanzaa, then I might just keep him. But if you can't, then go for a 4.0, but try go for someone that starts like a Harwood Bellis, that sort of thing. He does have Nottingham Forest at home, which isn't the worst fictional order if you have to start Harwood Bellis, but it's a very tough spot to be in. The best thing to do would have been taking him out before the price dropped, but I mean, some people aren't that kind of reactionary to it. Again, saying, hi Dave, I got Bailey and Kunku, Diego Jota, Salah and Gordon. Which two options would you consider for Bailey? I've got when I remove Bailey. Okay, so you want to take Bailey out. You have a ton of money in the bank. Why do you have so much money in the bank, kid? Okay, if you want to go for an option, in terms of fixtures, Palmer's probably the best one to look at, but I'd say just go for Saka if you can. You probably don't have Haaland. That's what you kind of the decision you made. But yeah, I don't know. I think I would probably just go for Saka. He's the most no-brainer one out there. He doesn't have the best fixtures, but I still think he's a great option to go for. I'm trying to think about if there's another punt to look at. You've got Salah, you've got Jota, you've got Gordon. I mean, you could go for a Bruno, but I don't know if I'd go there. Could go for a Son, but he didn't look great. It almost like defaults to Saka, unfortunately. BL saying start one of Rogers, Hall, Smith Rowe, have Muniz. I would start Smith Rowe definitely out of those. Because what, Rogers has Arsenal, Hall is a defender, so yeah, Smith Rowe easily for me. Garnacho a lot and Fernandez start. Only news I've seen, Adam. Thank you for that one. I can also go and check quickly here. So if you guys do have like United assets or Brighton assets, just let me know. I can keep news out for them. But if what we're seeing is true here from Adam, I mean, those are probably the biggest you're looking at. Okay, I didn't see the news. I didn't see the news about the United assets, but maybe I've just missed it. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm seeing some people triple caps and some people not. Seems like it might be an interesting week. Thoughts on Foden? Martin, I mean, Foden's okay. It's almost one. It's a punt, I'd say, at this stage of the season because you don't even know if he's going to start or not. I mean, if he is fit, he'll probably play. Great fixture upcoming against Ipswich, so if he does start, it's going to be worth it. But yeah, I'd say unless you need to take out a midfielder, I'd probably just maybe roll the transfer. Any leaks regarding the mystery chip? No. So that's what some people were discussing because there's two big talking points I think that the mystery chip potentially holds. The one which I think is probably the most important is that FPL is looking for a way to keep managers engaged because what happens is the majority of managers sometimes just probably leave after a few game weeks. So they're going to come in with something January that's going to potentially excite people, bring them back to the game. So it might be a massive kind of chip that we could potentially look at. The second issue is it going to be a double game week chip? So what I'm saying by that is if you think of a triple captain, bench boost, those are chips that are kind of hold more of an advantage in a double game week. So is it going to be a chip that kind of is that, or is it going to be something to be used in a single game week? Like an all-out attack or something like that. So it's very hard to kind of predict, and I said this on Twitter yesterday. For me, it's a little bit crazy about how they can announce something as a mystery for January that they haven't told us before the season started because it ruins kind of planning. For example, now, if we knew the mystery chip was something in a double game week and we wanted to use it in a double game week, then we might use the triple captain this week because we won't use the triple captain then in a double game week. So a lot of planning is kind of going around it, which it's tough. It's tough to kind of plan ahead when you don't exactly know what you have in your hand, kind of. Teasmeister, morning, Davey, here before Haaland blank. I mean, if you triple captaining him, that'll be very sad news. But even as a captain, 50% ownership, I want him to do well. His ownership will probably be around 120%, 110%, and I think that is good enough to even just hope for a massive haul on the Camsey. Gabriel to Guardiola thoughts. Georgie, no, I think I'll just keep Gabriel. I think if you've made your bed, you might as well just like sleep in it now. If you wanted Guardiola, game week 1 was probably the best time to just do it. That's why it was a 50-50. I understand it was close, but I don't think it's... I mean, Guardiola could do massively, but then you might want Gabriel soon enough. So I would probably just stick with who you have. I'm not too fond of that kind of... It seems like a bit of a sideways move. I know that Guardiola offers better fixtures, but if he gets rotated, then, I mean, Gabriel probably catches him up. I'm not like... But as I said, it's your team at the end of the day, but I'm more of a conservative manager. I want to keep transfers, so I would probably just roll. Future game week plans. It's literally roll until we can't anymore. That's my plan at the moment. I think game week 4 might be quite interesting with the potential Saka to Salah switch. I just have to find the funds then, which I don't know if I will. But it's literally just roll the transfer and take each week as it comes until I can't anymore. Not for now, but maybe next week. What do you think about Munoz to Mazraoui? I think it's okay. Like I want to see a bit more out of that United defense. I know they did quite a good job against Fulham, but I think I want to see how kind of Crystal Palace set up, because I know they got Chelsea away, but then they got Leicester. Then they play each other. Then you've got Everton. So I think let's just see how it goes. Like as you said, it's probably not a question for this week, maybe for next week. Let's see how those two players perform this week, and then we can make an assessment on it. But it's not the worst move. I mean, you're getting 0.5 from that. Actually, I think he might have risen in price now though, so maybe 0.4. But I think that one extra week of information will be quite good. Aina or Robinson? I'd say Robinson. Osama. Am I in trouble for not owning Muniz? Let's check his ownership. So his ownership is 9.6%. So you're definitely not in trouble. He is a differential at the moment. It's just, you've probably seen him on Twitter a lot, and that's why everyone's kind of looking at him. But yeah, I don't think you're in trouble. If you have a team, I mean, if you have Smith Rowe, you could compete with him, same fixture. There's a lot of different players that can compete with the Muniz. I mean, last week he looked pretty bad, so I'm just hoping that he starts this week. I said it in the team selection that all I want him to do is start this week and score, because then it guarantees that he plays next week. My worry is that he plays badly again, gets subbed off 60 minutes, Raul Jimenez comes in, looks better, then Raul Jimenez starts against Ipswich, which would be the worst situation. Kieran is saying start Konza or Winks. Konza or Winks? Do you own Saka? If you own Saka, then just go for Winks. But that is a very low ceiling question, Kieran. They're probably both going to get 2 or 1 point. But yeah. Will Anderson start at Fulham this week? I don't really see a reason why he won't. I think he got in yesterday or the day before. Fulham do play today, so that might be a bit of a question mark, but it is a home game. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't, but obviously there might be a slight doubt because of the new signing. So I'd maybe say like 70%. How's it, Davey? Camping in the rain, but still got to watch the live stream. Any transfers likely? Andy. I don't know if camping in the rain, it sounds pretty bad, but it might be very enjoyable and relaxing. So hopefully you do enjoy it. No transfers likely in terms of my team, to be honest. I think I'm just going to roll this week. The only thing that might change is triple captaincy. I should probably go over the logic now and we can talk about it. I'm gonna go and try and find some tweets to bring up and show you guys. So just be a little bit patient. But yeah. But enjoy camping, Andy. But if you have to go, don't blame you. No transfers probably this week. Gita saying, hi, Davey. Yes, no, Haaland, and I am Norwegian. I have Solanke, Muniz, and Isaac. Who would you bring in except Haaland, the 3 best positions? Can you try and get Haaland, though, for Solanke, Gid? Can you afford that? I don't think you can, because you said you wanted to upgrade Bailey, so you got 5 million in the bank. So then you need an extra 2.5 for Haaland. I would say Muniz, Isaac, and you can go for Adam Armstrong. He's a cheap option, though. I would probably say that. Start Anderson or João Pedro. If João Pedro is starting Mohamed, which you might get news about, then I would start João Pedro. FPL Rohits is saying, scared of going without Eze this week. Should I do Gordon to Eze? No, just keep Gordon. I think Gordon could outperform Eze this week, so... Okay, let me try and bring up some tweets here for you. Okay, so I think it was Ben Krellin that posted this. Okay, I'm just going to have to scroll down. Okay, so let me bring up this image. And then let me bring up some Rob T FPL graphics. Okay, let me just bring these 2 up. And then let me just adjust. Okay, you guys can actually see this. Okay, cool. So this is from Ben Krellin. Shout out to Ben Krellin. Unfortunately, I've cropped it so his name is not at the top. That wasn't intentional. That's just because of how the screen is cropped. But this is from Ben Krellin. Go follow him as mentioned. These are the predictions for the double game weeks. Let me just go back to the tweet. If I can, I'll find it again. So all you guys have to know is that this year or this season, they have done away with replays of the FA Cup games. So the reason why that's quite massive news is the fact that when a game is replayed, it's moved onto a Premier League kind of fixture. So that therefore that game becomes a blank and then in consequence a double game week. So we're still going to have your usuals, your blanks and your doubles because of the semi-finals, quarterfinals, that sort of thing. And that's why game week 29 is going to be a blank. Game week 34 is going to be a blank, but not for every team because not every team will progress to the FA Cup last few rounds. So those 2 are going to be set blanks. But now we no longer have these like smaller blanks, smaller doubles, that sort of thing, which, I mean, something could happen. Let's just say there's a hurricane or tsunami in the UK. Then there might be some postponements. But those are unpredictable events that might not happen. Let's just say that. So game week 29 is a blank. Game week 34 is a blank. Game week 33 will be a double. Game week 36 will be a double. So theoretically, according to Ben Krellin, only 2 double game weeks this season. The reason why that's big news is that just think about the chips you have. you're probably going to want to bench boost on one of these weeks, either game week 33, either game week 36, and you might want to use the mystery chip, where this is where the mystery chip comes in, is what the flip is this mystery chip and what is it going to do? So what some people have been saying is that it's safe to assume that if it's an advantage chip, it's probably going to be useful in a double game week. So therefore you might want to use it in the last remaining double. So then when do you use the triple captain? Now if this mystery chip comes out and it's like absolutely pathetic, and I don't even know, it might be more than a curse than an actual blessing, which I don't think it would be, because then you just don't have to use it. But let's just say that it's not something that you want to use in a double game week. I can't even think of something that you might not want to use in a double. Then you have an open double, and then you might triple captain someone. Or let's say Liverpool have a postponement because of bad fixtures, and Salah gets a double in game week 30. Then we can triple captain him then. But on the current landscape of the fixtures, it seems like there's only going to be 2 doubles. And that's why some people have been kind of banking on the fact that the mystery chip will be useful in a double game week, and therefore this might be the best option to triple captain Haaland. So that's the kind of setup of why people are looking at the triple captain this week, and I can understand it. There's lots of other pros and cons. A con is that maybe Foden doesn't play, so that team is not up to like Man City on at the attacking level they could be. Some people have been saying maybe Doku on the wing doesn't mesh with Erling Haaland, so that's a disappointment. But there's other reasons where that's a pro, where Erling Haaland is at 50% ownership, probably the lowest he's going to be this entire season. So you kind of get those massive gains on him at this stage. So those are kind of the 2 sort of reasons. And if we look at the projections here, I'll just bring this across a little bit so we can just... Okay, let me just bring it a bit more. Okay, you guys can see these are the projected points for game week 2. And you can see that Erling Haaland is by far leading the way. He's got 1.34 with a 75% chance of scoring 1+ goal. And the next highest is Mo Salah with 0.75. So interesting kind of talking point here is that if you look at someone else, like let's just say an Isaac, if you were to double his points, or Son, you were to double his points, let's just say Son scores 0.7, in a double game week, he's got 1.4, which is close to what Haaland is going to be projected to score in game week 2 with a single game week. So obviously midfielders get more points than forwards do, but it's very, in terms of the projections, it's looking pretty good for the triple captain. For me, it just comes down to this mystery chip, and that's why I'm so annoyed as to why they haven't announced it yet. Because like if I knew that I was going to use the mystery chip in a double game week, then I might just triple captain Haaland this week. But like we don't have that news. I'm just going to bring this over. So that's kind of the reason. I don't know if that changes some people's minds, but yeah. What is your plan, Abdul? Currently to roll the transfer, but I'm swaying a bit on this triple captaincy. I don't know. One added part about it is that you can just, if it bangs, you can just put your rank in the thumbnail till like game week 30 when other people use the triple captain. Because imagine it bangs and then you go super hype in the ranks. You can just clickbait that for the rest of the season. But then if it goes badly, I don't know. But I don't really see a world in where Erling Haaland doesn't score against Ipswich at home. So it's to me, I think it's got it might have a lower ceiling, but it also has a higher floor. Although I don't know, double game week has a higher floor, I guess. Robinson, Muniz, or Hall? I like Robinson, Philippe. Thanks, Abdul, for the kind words. How's it, Davy? Start Rogers and roll the transfer, or Solanke to Muniz? I would do Solanke to Muniz, Twisted. Hi, Rafa and Reza. Stay with Gordon or transfer? No, I'll just stay with Gordon. I think, like you said, the mystery chip will be worthwhile, and therefore use them. Yeah, Charlie, it's hard to say because what chip would be useful in a single game week and not a double game week? Like it's just I don't know. No risk, no fun, man. Let's do it. That's why the chat is the worst, is because every risky decision, you guys are like, go for it, which I can respect. What I might do is I might actually just reset this this poll. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask the exact same question again. Because like now you guys have the context. And also it gets people that just kind of drop in the stream and then drop out. Don't own. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the same question again, guys. Now that I've gone through the logic, are you guys triple captaining Haaland or don't you own, basically? This isn't what I should do. This is what you guys are doing. Because you guys might be telling me to do it, but then you don't do it. That could also be a case. No pain, no gain. Just send it. Actually, don't send it. Save it for the second half of this. MD, it's like the miniaturization. Just send it. Actually, don't send it. Are we getting early team news? Rafa and Reza, we might about United. I'm monitoring Twitter for you. Who do you own? Just list who you own so I know who to watch out for, because I don't think many people do own United and some Brighton assets. They say go for it and they never dare to triple. Oh my, exactly. And I would always love to triple captain a Salah at the end of the season, but we might not get that opportunity. If you do it, majority of us, I know, Gala, that's probably, I'm probably the group manager here. If I do it, everyone's gonna do it. Smith Rowe or Doku? I prefer Smith Rowe. Someone mentioned this on Twitter to me. They said they were going for Doku as a punt, and I said, like, I don't know if I'd go for him. I prefer someone more direct, and I think we just saw that in game week 1. Like, he doesn't have that final third output as I think you would like from a FPL asset. I think he's a great player, great dribbler. Sometimes that final ball just lacks a bit. Andy triple captaining Haaland. Okay, so then everyone who watches FPL content is probably triple captaining Haaland then. Because if Andy's doing it, then I think a lot of people would. Sorry, I'm late. Any news on Nkunku starting? Cheers. Nothing as of now. Do they play Saturday? So I don't think we'll get news about Nkunku because they play on Sunday even. Siddharth. Glorified Sterling, question mark, potentially. Yeah. No, I think Doku's a great player. It's just, I don't know. Like if you've watched him, he does so well getting to those positions, and then he just sometimes lacks that final ball. Kwanzaa to Robinson done. Solanke for a hit. Harwood on the bench. Okay, so Solanke for a hit, otherwise you play Harwood Bellis. Do you think if Harwood Bellis keeps a clean sheet, it's obviously great? I think I might still do the hit. I think I might do the Solanke to Muniz for a hit. You're getting 2 great fixtures, and otherwise you'd have to play a 4.0 defender. I don't trust Southampton to keep a clean sheet. I probably would say that. Marseille Smith reminds him when he was on 8 kgs. I'm tempted to triple captain Haaland, but I'm also willing to wait till they play Leicester, as Haaland loves scoring against them. Tough decision. Okay, so when do they play Leicester at home? Okay, they play Leicester away. They play Leicester at home in game week 30. The only thing about that is that it is a midweek fixture, which might not be the worst thing in the world. But I guess that's the thing about Haaland now, is that he's had rest. They've had a full week. He's guaranteed to start because there's no Champions League stuff like that. So it makes sense to me. I don't know if I would say Ipswich is the highest ceiling fixture, but I think it makes up for it because of the lack of rotation, the rest he's had. But then also, we don't have that Man City lineup that has played consistently for a few weeks, so they might not be fully integrated. City with Rodri is much better. It is much better time. I do agree with you, but this will be the first game that Rodri is back from preseason. So, and remember, he went off at half time in that final. So it's not like he was kind of super fit to the end of the competition and then he had his rest. So he's not the most integrated player into that lineup. The only hit I'm seeing is your mustache. So where do you guys come up with some of this stuff? Yeah, so I probably should shave. I need to get a haircut. That's what I do need to get. Are there any Australians in the chat? I'm just checking. I think you guys are... Oh, no, wait. You won't be sleeping. It'll be late. But are there any Australians in the chat? Triple captaining Haaland, Vincent? Are you triple captaining Haaland, Vincent? That's the bigger question. Okay, so currently there's... Okay, so it's not... It's 5% don't own Haaland in the first place. We've got 61% saying no, 34% saying yes. So about a third of you guys are triple captaining him, which is quite impressive, I'd say. Triple captain Haaland or KDB? Teddy Smith, if you own both of them, for me it's Haaland. That for me is quite easy. I'd say definitely Haaland. Look, now what? De Bruyne is going to absolutely bang it, but I would still say that Haaland. Just send it. I've changed my mind. MD. I'm gonna just wait a few seconds and then you're gonna come back with another. You'll come back with. Wait, actually, I thought about it. Let's not send it. I don't know. I kind of just like, because it's not on now. I just don't know if I'd do it. I think it's something that I'd want to have like. Okay, this is something that I've locked in on for like a few days now. But it's almost like I'm trying to convince myself to do it, which I don't know. No chocolate milk, no life. More important than haircut and I needed to get... Maybe that's the reason we don't go for the triple captain. It's because there's no chocolate milk for the good luck charm. I've only got water. Like, what is that even? You know? There we land. Haaland triple captain. MD. What were the other ones? It was there we land... Some of them were terrible. I'm not going to repeat some of them on stream because like now people are just making a joke out of it. I'm triple captaining Barco and vice captaining Haaland. Imagine they're like, oh, like Barco hates flying and therefore is not signing on loan. So he's going to play for Brighton and like gets like 1 point. I'd love that. But no, that's quite cheeky there, Vincent. Do you think there'll be enough double game weeks for every chip? So that's what we were basically just talking about, is the fact that there might not be. So that's why I can understand the appeal of going for an Erling Haaland triple captain this week, is because if this mystery chip comes up and there's only 2 doubles, I'll bench boost in one, mystery chip the second. So there might not be another opportunity with a double to actually use the triple captain. Yazid saying, good morning, Davey. Good morning to you too, brother, if you're doing well. Jordan saying, there we skedaddle. Exactly. I went Aina to Lewis Hall. Okay, FPL guy. That move seems fine. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Lewis Hall bangs for you. You might want to have waited a little bit because if Trippier leaves, then Livramento might be better. But I mean, Lewis Hall's also fine. Yeah, there we smile. There was another one that was very bad, and then, you know, not selling Solanke to get more data for next week. Okay, it depends on who your bench player is. I think, though, if you have a pretty insignificant bench option, I would just go for a Muniz. I'd go for an Adam Armstrong. I don't think I'd go for Chris Wood, but between those two options, you go for a Mateta even from Crystal Palace. But I think that it's worth taking him out if he's going to miss this week, miss next week, because... apparently, Ange said in the international break he'll get some rest. So does that mean he's going to start Newcastle next week? Because if he doesn't, it's definitely worth selling him. Vernon saying, let's go, baby. Verdict is triple captain. So it's going to be times up triple captain activated. Would you transfer out Gabriel? No. Bendik, I spoke about this. I think people are worried because Guardiola matched Gabriel in game week 1 and now he has better fixtures, which I would agree with. Now looking back at it, I think I probably would have gone for Guardiola game week 1, but I don't think it's worth a transfer to do that move in game week 2. That's just my opinion. I would rather just bank the transfer and do a more progressive move in the future, like a Salah in as part of a 2 or 3 transfer move. Shamil saying, I will not use the triple captain. Sorry. Oh, I just hit my elbow. Bench Robinson or Saliba? I'd bench Saliba. I'd play Robinson, Samir. I don't mind benching a Gabriel or Saliba. I just can't. I'm not going to start Harwood Bellis over Gabriel. Nkunku out for Doku or just roll? I just roll. We can do that move next week if need be. Transferring Solanke worth a -4 mod code is if your bench options are terrible. Definitely worth it then. Use the transfer. Should I just hold on to Barco? Yeah, I just hold on to him. As long as you don't have to start him because he's not going to play. Nkunku out for Jota or Foden. Johan, that's a slightly more interesting move. Like if we get news that Foden starts, I mean, that's a massive punt to go for. That could be so juicy, but I just don't know. For Jota also, I mean, Jota's fine. If you don't have any Liverpool coverage, I can understand it. I'm almost just like, yeah, I think I would side towards Foden because Jota could be rotated in the near future. But I would want confirmation that Foden starts. Otherwise, I would just roll. Sanchez locked in. I don't think he's locked in, but he should be for short term. Davey or FPL? Davey. Because otherwise, without me, you guys would just have FPL. Wouldn't that just be sad? Kulusevski starts up top for Spurs. Okay, so not Richarlison. Is that confirmed though? Let's go check. Thank you, Optimus Prime, for the update. Okay, I don't see anything. In terms of leaks, I don't see anything. Please make the transfer early so the website doesn't crash. Dark Lord, you're going to be mighty happy to hear this, but I'm not planning to do any transfers. So I don't think the site will crash though if you are worried about it. I think it was just maybe game week 1. But game week 2, I don't see many moves being made, so I don't think it's going to crash. Jota vice captain, potentially. I'm fine with the Isaac vice captain though. It could be Saka vice captain, but I think Erling Haaland plays. So, Nkunku plan, Tyler. The Nkunku plan is to see what happens this week. If he is not going to play 60 minutes every game, like if he gets subbed before 60 minutes, I think I'll probably just take him to Bailey for that nice Villa fixture run. Because they come in at the same price point. But other than that, I mean, just if he plays, looks okay, I'll probably just keep him because of this lovely fixture run that Chelsea do have. I am worried though. They don't seem like the most well-run club at the moment. Okay, thanks, Optimus Prime. Is that a confirm? Is that like a legit? Is that like a legit Twitter account? Look, I don't think anyone will be going for Kulusevski anyways, but yeah. I am rolling this week, Guna1. MD, okay, do not send it. What made you change your mind? Bench 1, Robinson, Nkunku or Rowe? I'd bench Nkunku. Or Robinson, actually. Let's think. Okay, Robinson offers some attacking threat. He's playing against Leicester. It wouldn't surprise me if Leicester score, though. But I guess he does offer some attacking threat. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Nkunku does. So that's why I think if you can bench Nkunku, then you can. It's okay. You can do that. Any United Brighton news, says David. I haven't seen anything confirmed. We had some at the beginning of the stream. Adam said that, I think he said Garnacho, Bruno start, Delot starts. So that could have been from another source, but I would probably say it's pretty similar to what they had in game week 1, except for maybe Garnacho coming in. Let's see what things confirm. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Optus Prime. If you have Kulusevski, and it's a good opportunity for you. I think that Spurs. I was worried when I saw all those injuries. I was worried about Dom Solanke, but now that he's injured, I guess it's a bit easier. Any City leaks? Georgie, no, none at the current moment. They don't play the first kickoff. It's a little bit delayed. It's the second kickoff, so I don't know if we'll get early team sheet news, but I will update you guys if we do get anything. But with 12 minutes to go, it's not looking super fantastic. Just a reminder, guys, 11 minutes to go for the deadline. You've got a little timer up now, so that's going to tell you. Hope Guardiola scores an assist because I don't own Haaland. So the thing about the Haaland Salah debate is in terms of a lot of the models, they're actually pretty close in terms of projected points. So it was a lot closer than I thought. Are you playing a triple captain? As Vincent says, I'm still thinking about the triple captain. What should I do? I don't know what I'm going to... I think that now it's a bit too soon to kind of change the mind. That kind of tells me that I wasn't super keen on it. It just super annoys me about this mystery chip, because if we knew more context about it, then it would be great. Play it, Davey. Any transfers? Anil? No, none at the moment. Solanke and Nkunku out for Muniz and Foden. I only do that if we get news that Foden starts, I think. Why Winks over Harwood Bellis? I just don't trust that Southampton defense, to be honest. I'm just checking news here, sorry. Are you using the triple captain? Any news of the Ligt starting, David? I think he probably will play, as far as because he was benched because I don't think he was super match fit, but they've had enough time to kind of integrate him through the training this week. Are you using the triple captain, Milos? Not at the moment, and I don't think I will at the current moment. I'm agreeing with 62% of you by saying probably not. Is it a good hold? The Kurbis, he definitely is. I think he's definitely a good hold. He looked sharp in game week 1, just was a little bit unlucky. God is usually correct. Not okay. Thanks, Adam, for that. But as I said, I think I would probably expect. I'd probably expect a lot of the similarities between your kind of predictions. As I said, I don't think United rotate terribly. How many FPL teams will be deleted if Haaland blanks? I think a few might. I don't think a lot will. Is that true what Tracy said? Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean? Because Tracy in the chat said 500 people watching, but only 7 likes. I thought it was only 7 likes. I was like, what? But it's actually 87. Look, the ratio is not the best, but it's definitely better than 7. So yeah, appreciate if you guys do like the stream. I don't think it's going to do too much for the algorithm, but yeah, at least it's not 7 likes. Ty the Footy, I saying Davey. Did you ask a question, Ty? You're just saying Davey. I have Solanke. Should I hold him or sell him out? It all depends on if you have good bench replacements. So if you have someone on the bench like a Smith Rowe, he's a great shout to come on. I'd still probably take him out if you have Rodgers, because I think Arsenal are pretty secure. So I'd say if you do have him, chances are you probably take him out unless you've got someone on the bench. Muniz, even if I missed the price rise, yeah, Angelo, Solanke, Muniz is cheaper than Solanke, so you won't lose that much. I would still do it. Jason saying if you like Dave, I'll triple captain Haaland so you can keep yours. Unless, Jason, what we do is if it bangs, then we can switch. We can do a switcheroo, on our teams. But if you want to use it, you can go for it. But yeah. Not triple captaining Haaland is like a 9-to-5 job. Kayla, that's an interesting comparison. Replacements for Barco, Omar, I think it's Van der Beek or Van der Berg, the new signing from Liverpool to Brentford. He's the only 4.0. If you have some money in the bank, though, I would go for Robinson. Is Haaland injured? Ali, he's not injured, or at least hopefully. Last word, would you triple captain Haaland? I think it's a fine decision to go for. Like, I think it's a good shout. I just think I might wait and see a little bit. But I think if you guys want to go there, I can 100% understand it. Let's triple captain. Embrace. Vincent, you must triple captain. It seems like you really want to, so I don't want to hinder your decision. So I think that you should. I'm going to triple captain, but I vote no. So all of you don't triple captain. I mean, as I said, I think this week is going to be a week that is pretty low ownership or low captaincy percentage on Haaland. So I think I can understand the like what you'd want to get that maximum gain. Sorry guys, I'm just posting the team on YouTube. And Gabriel to Guardiola, what do you think? Rafa Reza, don't do it. I don't even think I would do that for free, so I don't do it from -4. Nearly 25% of teams own Barco, and all your advise everyone to get Barco. Yeah, I didn't get Barco though. But I'm not an FPL YouTuber. I'm a part-timer. So, you know. But yeah, as you can see on my team, no Barco. So maybe you must start following this channel on other channels. What's your final decision for today? Almost 5 minutes left. That's the decision. It's the team on screen, I'd say. I don't think I'm going to triple captain. Although, as I said, if he bangs, you can use that for clickbait for the rest of the season. So that could have maybe I should have actually done it. Rolling the transfer, yes, I'm rolling the transfer. Watching your stream during the work hour, I won't tell on you. Arnab. Enjoy work though. Hopefully it's not too bad on the Saturday. What about captaining De Bruyne or Son? If you have Haaland, I'd go for him. If you don't have Haaland, you can look there. But basically what you're saying there is like, if you're going to captain De Bruyne, you expect Man City to do well. So therefore, Haaland probably does well as well. It's done. If he gets 50 plus points, you can have my account. How many is that? That is like, it's like 10 goals. 10 goals for him to score. Then he's around nearly 50. Hashem saying, I agree with you. Good luck. Look, I mean, this is literally outcome based. If Haaland bangs, then it's great to go for it. It's great to have gone for it. But if he doesn't do as well, then it's terrible to go for it. So it's literally outcome based. Whoever wins, wins. But it's a decision that might be pretty split. It's what would be interesting for me to say is like how many points would you want Haaland to score for the triple captain to be worth it, in my opinion? I always say 15 points is I would be happy with a triple captain that gets 15 points. So is that the same in a single game week? Is your bench order correct? Yes, it is correct. Any team news? Let me check. 3 minutes to go. Guys, drop your questions if you want them answered. I'll do a quick fire round. I'll check news for the final time and then we'll do some quick fire round. I don't see any early team sheet news. No, there's been nothing on my radar at the moment. Yeah, I don't see any team news. Okay, so let's do some quick fire round. Okay, so Son or De Bruyne, your opinion, mate. For me, it's hard because I don't know if De Bruyne starts. If De Bruyne starts, I think he's better. But in terms of safety, I'd say Son. Omar saying your face when the Haaland scores. What is the Haaland ownership? It's currently, I think, like 54%. Good luck, Davey. Thanks, Connor. You too, brother. Bench Bruno or Gordon? I'd bench Gordon. But try and play both of them. Have you made your decision? Yes, I have, Christian. It's what you see on screen. Rafan Reza saying thanks. Thank you, Rafan Reza. Abhishek saying, I don't have a good bench. Solanke to Vardy, Pedro Mateta. Don't want Muniz. I would go for Armstrong then, if you want to go for a cheaper option. Are we triple captaining Aiden? No. Will De Ligt start? Clint? I think he will. I have good hopes on Gordon this week. Same. I think he's a great shout. Good luck late in today. Any news, Joe? No news. I'm not triple captaining. That's probably the biggest thing. Vincent saying Erling Haaland has not travelled with the squad to Ipswich today. Lucky it is a home fixture. Cammy saying, how's it, David? Fingers crossed for a good game week. Enjoy your weekend. You too, brother. Hopefully it's a great one. Would you start Aina over Gabriel? Yes. Davey says Mohammed. Ask your question. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for the question. Barco replacement, Omar, it's Van der Berg, I think, from Brentford, the 4.0 signing from Liverpool. Can you shout out Millie? She watches for the first time, her first FPL. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Millie, but thanks for watching the stream. Good luck for the season. Why not Gabriel to Guardiola City? Where, yes, they are better, but I still feel like Arsenal have a great chance of clean sheets. Just a bit of a sideways move if you wanted to do it. I think Game Week 1 was the chance. Start Garnacho, Smith Rowe, Davey. Tafatswa, I would say Smith Rowe because of the fixture, and that's purely because of the fixture. Both of them are good. Refresh. I'm refreshing with 1 minute to go. There's the team still. We can actually check the Haaland ownership now. Okay, it's still 54.3%. Get Solanke, should I roll Robinson on? Yeah, I just roll. Just play Robinson. That's pretty good. MD says send it. MD, I hope that you sent it. Send it. How good is Smith Rowe versus Nkunku? I think Smith Rowe is okay. Nkunku is not that great at the moment because of the rotation concerns. But unfortunately, guys, as you can see, we are done on the deadline. We are now negative 10 seconds. TUPD. That is true. We can actually... do we hope that Haaland blanks now? Sadesh, no. Because, okay, let me explain to you why you don't want Haaland to blank. So, Haaland's ownership is 54%. So if everyone captains him in the game, he will be just over 100% effective ownership. So you are still getting massive gains from that captaincy. Massive gains. Yes, triple captaincy will get more, but the fact is if you think Haaland scores more points, or whatever triple captain in the future scores more points than Haaland will, then it's a dub. So you don't want Haaland to blank. You want Haaland to absolutely bang. But if you didn't triple captain, you want him to score less than your triple captain late in the season. That's basically what. Punted in Kukureya with 10 seconds left. At least he's already faced Erling Haaland, Theo. That's the best. Abishlek saying you're the best, mate. I've been watching your stream since a few years. I find it the best and most interesting. Thank you. I do appreciate the kind words. Good luck, everyone, says Wilson. And Vincent is saying TUPD, guys. So unfortunately, it is. Jacobus is saying green arrows for you and all the crew. 100%. Hopefully, the green arrows are in our favor this week again. It's going to be a massive week, potentially, with that triple captaincy. I'm just hoping for an easy one. But yeah, guys, that's unfortunately going to be the end of the stream. So I will see you guys next week for the Game Week 3 content. After Game Week 3 is the international break. So yes, an international break so soon. Was there any United leak? Ryan, there was a potential leak of Bruno, Garnacho, and Dalot starting. But I think it's pretty similar to what happened in Game Week 1. I haven't seen any injury kind of news. Maybe De Ligt coming into the squad. And that could be probably the only change with Garnacho. Triple captaining Salah, says Clint. Interesting. Muhammad with a thumbs up. And BJ saying, love you, mate. I think that message is the perfect way to end the stream. Hope you guys have had an excellent morning on this Saturday, whether you guys are all around the world. Hopefully it's going to be a great game week. And I'll be seeing you guys, as mentioned, for the Game Week 3 content. Let's hope the green arrows are in our favor for this one. And for the time being, I'm signing off from Davey FPL, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.